As one of the biggest titles in the gacha scenes right now, Wuthering Waves isn't just copying, as what people like to call it that, they're also improving, not just as a game but as a whole company. They've gone from doing what other games can't or won't do to delivering things that player never even knew they wanted before. But the thing is, no matter how good the game is or whatever it is, there will always be people ready to complain. This isn't enough, that isn't like other games, this and that are both a no-go. And honestly, that is one of the most annoying part about gacha space. And I'm not talking about the constructive criticism that helps the game to grow. I'm talking about those aimless complaints that have no point and no solution. In today's video, we're not gonna go in too deep about this, just a quick video about my short opinion to address some of wild online comments that I found. Because while scrolling through X, I came across one user's comment, which basically said, at this point, Wuthering Waves is not even improving anymore. Mid-story, boring events, they gotta step up their games. And this screenshot, I believe, was paired with a chart from SteamDB about Wuthering Waves. Another comment is, while I enjoyed the game, it feels like lacking of content, especially this version. I play other gacha too, so this is just disappointment. And here, we just basically have WuWa just sucks, like nothing else. I even spotted few more comments like this, but I won't bother to put them here because people have their own opinion, and because haters is everywhere. Even though there's a drama about the 7 out of 10 content that got massive hate even in ZN community. As for these comments, I'm not sure what games they're comparing Wuthering Waves to. Maybe Genshin Impact, maybe Honkai Star Rails, I don't know. But one thing for certain, Wuthering Waves has been improving by a lot and faster than most of the gacha games out there. And I'm not even referring to the last big patch. I'm just talking about the 2.5 alone. Because as bad as people talking about this version, I believe that 2.5 clearly is not designed to be some grand carnival full of lore drops and massive updates outside of Prolova's main story quests, but this version is aimed squarely at improving the overall quality and experience of the game. And let's be real, Wuthering Waves has taken its listening culture way further than we expected, both in the good and the bad way. Take the character introduction for example. Before 2.5, the only way we learned about the new character was through the main story quests or a companion quest, which has their own weaknesses. The main story quest often focuses on building world conflict and lore, which means the featured characters doesn't always get their full background story explored, while the companion quests on the other hand are often treated like extra credit. Some players skip them entirely and some, well, they just play them while their brain is AFK. While in 2.5, Wuthering Waves introduced a new approach, the new Overture quest, a smaller narrative quest with a Raiden style gameplay twist if you know. This first one will be focused on Augusta's backstory, showing how she rose to become the Alpha. And why I said this is a good thing, because it was introduced in a slower patch. Players had the breathing room to actually focus on this one without being distracted by 10 other urgent events. And honestly, I think this is one of the smartest ways Wuthering Waves has introduced for a character yet. And the success of 2.5 main story quest proves it, as how Prolova's story quest really takes players' attention and suddenly turned the community into a giant roundtable discussion. Because of what? Because the lack of content that we have in this version, so we can focus on the main story quest. But before we dive even deeper, if you made it this far and if you've been enjoying my videos lately, or maybe you just stumbled across this one, please consider subscribing. It really helps me making more content like this, and smash that like button if you're vibing with it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. But aside from that, my only concern and complaint maybe of how Wuthering Waves teases future character is with none other than the Whimpering Wastes. I bet you already know about this, but I think they took it way too far by introducing the token for that future character way too early from my point of view. Because what is this? Who can use this? From this we can already guess that Augusta will focus on heavy attacks, But honestly, that playstyle doesn't suit most of characters in the game right now. Sure, Kalkaro can use it, but let's be real, most people won't use him in 2.5. While it's cool that it gives us a sneak peek at her gameplay mechanism, it also makes the content a lot harder to clear for some players. You can see on YouTube X, people are complaining about this reset. And personally, I think it would have been much better if those specific buffs was released alongside with that specific character instead. Especially the challenge reset monthly anyway. And another example for this improvement in 2.5 is the ecosystem. If you remember, back in the day, Wuthering Waves has a lot of issues, and echoes were high on that list. They were hard to obtain, you often had no clue where to find them, especially the cost 1 and cost 3. And the number of echoes needed for a single set effect was a bit ridiculous compared to other games. Just take a look at this Reddit thread from a year ago as a proof. But with the release of 2.5, the so-called filler patch with no big flashy content, Wuthering Waves quietly fixed this issue, and they fixed it by a lot. Before, your only option to farm echoes were go into a domain, spend your wave plates, and pray you didn't get the wrong type of echoes, or explore the world, cross your fingers, and hope the enemies you find drop the exact echo that you need. Now, in 2.5, after Prologue has arrived as well, we've got the Nightmare Nest. And I personally think this is one of the best updates for echoes yet. Why? Because it lets you farm the latest echoes for the newest character without relying on the gacha system. You're guaranteed to get the dream of the lost echoes. And the best of all, with more and more characters coming, each of them will need heavy investment in EXP, material, weapon ascension material, and stuff. But the Nightmare Nest, it's a massive W because you can farm it without spending a single wave plate. So we can focus on farming other material for future characters. Moreover, with the 3 set types, we can mix and match them with the other sets to boost the character's damage. If these trends continue in the next or future updates, I think it will be a great thing. The only downside to this WuWa's echoes is every time a new character got released, we have to grind for yet another new echoes. Every time. There are already tons of echoes in the game, but many new characters don't even use the older ones. This leaves them piling up in our inventory, but we were too scared to discard them because we don't know if the system will keep going this way or not. The 3 set idea is good, but hopefully there will be a new way to make those old sets useful again. But as I said in this video, we're not gonna go in too deep for that, just to address this one. So I think these comments I found online might just came from haters or simply a tourist who just tried the game once and expect Kuro to drop a banger every single update. Remember, a good update doesn't always revolve around big lore reveals or flashy events. Sometimes small improvement and critical adjustment can be as much of a banger for the game. At the end of the day, we cannot please everyone all at once. But for you personally, do you think 2.5 is a great update to the game? Let us know in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.